Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rise of Patience. I'm here with Serman, who's going to be casting with me today.
Hey guys.
So, we got one of the last games of group qualifier. This is LAT4 versus AL2. Quick look into their group. So far, in Group 3, LAT3 has made it with a clear victory. They won against LAT4 with 2-0. They won against AL2 2-0. And AS Underground had to forfeit last time because they could not arrange for a time to play. This is LAT4 versus AL2 in the last round. The winner goes to Super 16. The loser is going to be out of the tournament. Herman, you have never been in this position, have you? Or actually, you've been in the position like that in Nomadium, single elimination.
Yeah, it was a similar position, yeah.
Yeah, man, it really hurt. It really is a very intense one. I was playing against EL in Nomadium, man. I remember. After we lost the first game, I was like, yeah, this is make it or break it right now. It takes a toll on you, even though you think it's just a friendly tournament.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So from Group 1, we have two teams already. We have also finished this Super 16 draws. If anybody's not aware of that, the following teams have been placed. There's only two teams that are yet to finish their group stages so that they can be placed here. Today we are going to find out whether AL3 or AL2 or LAT4 is which one of them is going to win and play against PLA1 in Super 16. Man, PLA1 is a strong team. I wouldn't even if I won against them, and if I had to play next against PLA1, I would still be under a lot of pressure. So here, another team that's still about to make it to the Super 16 is AZ1 or AZ2. Good thing that one of the AZ teams is going to make there for sure. Let's see which one is going to be. That game should be played by the end of the week, so it's not too far right now. A quick look into the players. Sermon, have you had any experience with Kaio or Oso? Have you ever seen their games or played with them?
I've seen the games you guys casted, but I haven't actually played with them myself.
Yeah, so I can say Oso has improved a lot. That day I was playing ranked 1v1 with him, and he did not give me an easy time. So I have a lot of hope from Oso. I have not played with Kaio a lot, but I know that um he is a much better player than he was before the tournament. These guys have improved a lot in standard, and I would say the same for Loki and Sasori. Um, so you ready to see them in action?
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. By the way, we don't have the polls. I'm really sorry. AS Underground forfeit recently, and I forgot to put up a poll on the Facebook. But there are other polls for Super 16. There you can go and vote for them. For now, we'll be doing a game without the polls. Just a random bet. If you had to bet one of those, Sermon, which one would you be betting on?
From this game?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure to be honest. I'd probably go with the AL guys because they're the ones I've got the most experience playing with, or just in general.
Well, yeah,
I'm not very,
that's a good point because both Loki and Sasori, these are great Nomad players, and they have been playing Ron for at least what I know longer than we. Also is it looks like a new recruit or he's a Smurf, one of those. But yeah, let's see what these guys are going to do. So here I am in game number 1. Oh, by the way, Viet Fam, the co-host is Sermon. And let's go. Before we start, here is the unofficial sponsor of our tournament, Gatorade. If anybody from Gatorade is watching this stream, please send me the money that I'm due for this. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's start. Our first game, we got also as Aztecs, Kaio as British. What do you think about this matchup? These both of these are really nice nations for to be in a single team.
yeah, definitely. I think Obviously, Aztecs, very aggressive nation. Brits, very economic nation. So it's going to be interesting to see the dynamics in this game for the LAT guys.
And the other side, you got Americans and Indians and two other OP nations. Man, this is going to be difficult to pick a side on this one.
I feel like the AL guys probably have the better nations because both these nations in Gunpowder to Enlightenment, very strong nations. So I feel if I was in Osrod's position, I'd probably not want to allow these guys to boom too much or get into the late stages of the game, because otherwise I feel they'll become a bit too powerful, perhaps, for them to handle.
Oh yeah, and Indians and Americans, both of these are super powered nations in age 4 and 5, and I would say the same thing for Aztecs. For British, it's kind of difficult to play with British because if I see Kaio's map, he's got these two nice +6 food lines and the diamond. I feel if he builds a city somewhere there, then he can utilize that British commerce gap perfectly. And then he also got bison and sugar next to him. Shouldn't be a problem if he just places that city there. But I know most of the players would not place their city in this weird position. They would try to advance in front.
Yeah.
But I feel the Kaio has the resources right now where he has placed his city between two of those mountains. That's not a bad place either, because he'll be able to maximize his metal very soon.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel with diamonds, his wealth income's going to be pretty fast. He's going to be able to increase it pretty quickly with taxation and diamonds as well.
Oh yeah, he hasn't found diamonds, but I think he will eventually find it. Shouldn't be much of a problem. Now, there's something about Kaio that I don't like here. He placed that city about 10 seconds ago, and his villager still hasn't reached it. Usually, you would not place a city unless you want to build it, because you could use those resources for other things. I also see that he missed a ruin in the corner, so he is not using the checkpoint scouting. Kaio, if you're watching this, man, you need to use checkpoint scouting, else it's too much work.
Yeah, that's true.
Overall, his villager is doing a great job, though.
Yeah, it looks like he scouted a lot of the terrain around his area using the villagers. And he's sent his scout towards the end. Although, yeah, he has, obviously, like you said, he's missed a ruin that his scout could have picked up.
Yeah, his scout is idle right now. I hope. I think his scouting from the first game versus this game, there's a day and night difference. He's doing much better now, but yeah, I just wish these are very little things that everybody should know about, like checkpoint scouting. That just makes your game easier. I did not know about that in first 5 years of my Rise of Nations. It sucks, but yeah, somebody was observing me and he told me you should use this. Thanks to that guy. So here, yep, Aztec players, no ancient rush, which is fine. The American player Sasori also doing fine. He's got silver there and dye. Man, I love to have dye in my territory. It just makes that civic do really quick.
Yeah, and I like how he's placed the market next to silver, because he knows it's an important rare to protect.
Oh yeah. All right, so it's the time of the stream. I have to pause.
Okay.
My dog away. It's become a ritual. I'll be back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry guys for the pause. We start in 3, 2, 1. So here Loki also plays his market very intelligently, right next to Silk. Silk with Indians is another one of my favorite combos, because with Indians you can maximize your eco faster, almost, I would say almost as fast as Germans.
Yeah, especially with the obviously the cheap farms, it's very nice to
Oh
boom
yeah,
up
man.
quite fast.
You want to have 5 farms, 3 market, like 5 farms and market and a temple in every city possible. It's so
Yeah,
tempting not to do that.
that's why mines are good as well, you know.
I feel Mayans, yeah, but you see, Mayans wood bonus is very weak against the Indian bonus because right after you place right, initially everything is cheap, but eventually it's going to surpass that 40 wood. Like for farms, you say it
Yeah,
surpasses the 40 wood cap, and then it continues to increase. But the Indians, they always stay at 40 food, 40 wood, and 80 wood for market. So I feel mines, the more powerful thing about mines is their cities being stronger and their buildings being built faster.
yeah,
In the terms of cheaper wood, they don't do as good as, again, as I would pick Indians for that. For
yeah, definitely. But still a nice bonus to have nonetheless, I'd say.
oh yeah, definitely. I feel if in extended edition they should have added some other bonus to Mayans because
Yeah,
it's a shitty civilization, man.
it is quite a bland civilization, I'd say. There's nothing that really stands out for me. It's kind of
Hmm.
generic.
Oh yeah, really. The only thing you know about Mayans is that he won't get rushed.
Yeah, true. Already that easily, I suppose, because of the cities firing arrows.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's that too. That is actually a very good uh, advantage because I always stay alert that my scout doesn't run into a mine city.
Yeah,
So I see Loki is going for the stable raid, and here's something. Maybe players don't know it, or players don't utilize the fact that Indians and Persians don't need military to make elephants. So Loki did go for military too, but I don't see him making Cataphract or the Arquero a Caballo, the horse archers yet. So he could have skipped that military. He could have just sent that elephant and used that food for civic. In fact, a lot of players do that. You save on the military food and just send elephants for raids.
yeah. And also, just something I want to point out here is that Loki doesn't have a caravan yet, which is a bit unusual.
Whoa, yeah, that is right. And Loki is spending that extra wood he has everywhere, making a
And
temple.
he's
I would suggest him to make a market before the temple, but that's all right.
also spent a lot of wealth on the elephant, so the fact that he's got very little wealth coming into his economy is definitely going to be bad signs for the future of the game, I'd say.
Oh yeah, that's right. And man, this really bugs me what you said. No caravan. This is not something I would
Yeah.
expect in a game which decides their fate in this tournament. On the
Maybe he'll
mhm.
remember on the third. He's getting the third city now, so hopefully he will remember once that's complete. But
Oh
it's
yeah.
still gonna, I'd say it's gonna have pretty big ramifications.
That's right. Yeah. So he's going to start collecting that wealth later. Also, he's missing out on the 15% extra caravan bonus that Indians receive.
Yeah.
Oh, also just passed by the city and he's not coming back, man. This is bad. Also, send that horse archer. I was expecting him to come back and kill that villager. It's so nothing's more annoying than having your city um, interrupted because somebody killed your
Yeah.
villager.
Especially when it's just one villager on the
Oh
city as
yeah,
well.
oh yeah, just one villager. Okay, lucky for Loki that also is not paying attention there. But nice raids, man. The one heavy cavalry, 2 horse archer. He's going from all the directions. Sasore. I don't know which pronunciation we agreed for last game with Relays, but I would just call him Sasore.
I think his old name was Kike, so I'm probably
Oh
marking
yeah, we'll go with
so
Kaik.
Kike.
Thanks for that, man. Kaik. Or
Sorry about
I assume it's called Kike.
that. Yeah, definitely.
So everybody got their third city except Kayo here, and Kayo has a nice place for third city. I really want him to build that third city here, with that covering that wood. He could also build his third city here near Wine, and that would force him to push Lockies out. He could even bribe some of these buildings, some barracks and stable.
Yeah, definitely. Because obviously it'll put those buildings on the border, so, you know, later down the line, they could easily be sieged. And
Oh
Loki will
yeah.
have to
And yeah, that would be a
build.
nice place. And he can use his British archers. I'm sure if he builds a city there, he will eventually force Loki to get rid of that woodcutter camp.
Yeah.
But no, the third city is coming in the center. I would say not a bad idea either, because he is staying close to his ally. He doesn't want to give green and blue any chance to double purple. So
And I feel like if he did build it near Wine, that caravan route might have been a bit exposed, possibly.
oh yeah,
From
that's also right. That's
Canterbury
right.
to the yeah.
Oh man, Kaio he bribed an elephant. That's cool. There are very few things that parallel the excitement of getting somebody's elephant.
Yeah.
And another thing I noticed here, Kaio, he messed up big time. He could get that woodcutter camp to be +6, but he just placed it in a weird position. So
Yeah.
it's only +4. That's not the best use of it. And British archers are so annoying if you just place them at the right position around the opponent's woodcutter camp.
It's also bugging me that he doesn't have taxation as British.
Oh yeah, he is getting no, but he already has a temple, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking he has diamonds, and obviously taxation is cheap enough, so there's very much of an excuse not to get it.
Oh yeah, you're right, and I like that Loki has got iteration. I feel the moment you see that your opponent went for senator, you should get taxation. I mean iteration as soon as possible, so that you get a safeguard against raids.
Yeah.
At least army raids. Nobody's going to go with a big army when they're burning every second. So senator.
So what do you think about these raids from also here? I mean, he has a senator, which I'm not too sure about. I feel like if you get the despot, these raids would be a bit more effective.
Yeah. Also, senator. So far everybody I am seeing has a senator. Does he have senator? Yep, he has senator. Everybody in this game has senator, and this is more of a nomad style game, because I know in nomad mostly people will stay with senator. I see this nice raid coming in from behind, but sadly it's not going to do any damage. It's not going to do any damage at all, because 3 units for Oso, and all he gets is 1 sacrifice. He just killed 1 unit. So not the best use of the army. And you're right, he should have gone for Despot if he wanted to go for such heavy raids.
Yeah.
But still, look at Oso's economy, man. This is amazing.
Yeah, I was
Aztecs,
looking at
that's
that.
really good.
He just could bring his wealth and income up a little bit, I'd say. Get the taxation, maybe another market as well. He has quite a bit of timber he could be spending.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, he eventually, I think his 3 caravans are going to make it to work. But man, really great play compared to Kaik, who is very much behind in terms of economy, or everything. In terms of everything, he's behind also.
And it looks like Kaik has just got the Hanging Gardens here, which... So what do you think about that move? Would you prefer him to go with the Terracotta Army?
Oh man, I am not sure at this point. Actually, against Aztecs, yes, because Aztecs is that nation which spams units in H4, and almost definitely an Aztec player is going to come after you in H4. Either it's going to be through raids, or it's going to be through a mainstream attack. So Terracotta would be a better choice in this. I'm not sure if he can use this Hanging Garden. Maybe if he can get his eco to 250 by H4, then he could produce just as much units using his using their economy. But not sure. I would still, I would still go for Terracotta.
He has a full woodcutter camp on his third city that's not been used. He's even got a lumber mill, but there's no villagers actually at the woodcuts camp.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I think it just got raided by those British archers. By the way, I
Yeah.
was wrong. So the attrition is from Kaik, not from Loki. So Kaio is still free to raid whatever, however he wants.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the economies of all the players. Also has the least economically inclined nation, and he's got the best economy.
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say he's probably the best boomer in this game.
Definitely, man. He's earned himself a reputation of a great boomer. Even in his previous games, he really did well. He was, I would say, the better player in his team. But right now, Kaio is doing great job as well. He's raiding both Loki and Kaik, making sure that Kaik doesn't use that woodcutter camp for too long. He also built that castle there, so it's going to help him pressure any of them whenever he wants.
Yeah.
And I like Kaio's raid. You see, he used that heavy cavalry to completely clear out that woodcutter camp. He has this archer. Oh my god, dude, are you kidding me, Loki? You still don't have a caravan? How do you forget that?
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, if Loki loses this game, then I know why.
Yeah, it's really painful to see.
Oh yeah, with Indians, he could easily have a 150 plus wealth income with 3 caravans, but he's stuck with 54.
I mean, he has taxation, but no caravans.
That's right. Oh man, it really hurts. I hope there's some market where it will be made, but no, not yet. Oh man, I don't. At this point, I don't feel. If Loki still wins, then it's a shame for the Lat 4 team.
Yeah.
He is making army, but he's playing like a handicap game.
Yeah, he's purposefully just handicapped himself. Oh wait, he's finally building caravans. I just want his second city.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. Finally, he's starting to build caravans.
I can't imagine what his face must have been like. When
Oh, he's like, oh shit, or oh mierda. Dude, on this side, I like how Kaio is ready to prepare the elephant army. Look at that. He's got nothing except spies. He's got 3 spies. Not a big army, but he's definitely going to take those elephants. And Loki,
yeah,
well,
scout.
Loki should know that elephants are easy to bribe. So I wonder why he doesn't have a scout with him.
And it looks like Kaio is going in for the ambush here as well.
Oh, yep. Very likely Loki. I mean, I don't know if Kaio realizes that Loki doesn't have a. Yeah, he probably realizes that Loki doesn't have a scout. So it's a great idea for that ambush.
Yeah. There's a scout coming over, but I feel it might be a bit too late.
Oh, and I'm looking through Loki's perspective. Suddenly there are 3 spies trying something. How did he not bring the a scout in front? Oh man, that was an amazing move by Kaio. He almost turned it around.
And he could possibly get this 3rd elephant if he kills the explorer here, or the scout rather.
Yeah, that's right. He could snipe that one, but anyway, I see Kaik raiding Oso's metal mine, which is a great idea as long as he doesn't lose any of his units. You don't want to be fodder to the Aztec army.
It's a pretty big army from Oso there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel once he gets into Gunpowder Age, all those units upgraded, he could easily land a siege on Kaik cities there.
Oh yeah, Detroit or New York could go down. And if I was in Oso's place, I would go for New York because that would be a little more difficult for Loki to help. Or maybe I could go for Detroit and ask Kaio to assist.
You could even go for Washington because there's only 1 tower and there's no temple, so it will be easier to take the city down.
And then you get a capital bonus.
Yeah.
Sure. Um, Man, that's a nice army by Oso. And what I do not like about Kaik here is that Kaik has a lot of knowledge in his inventory. He better get extra commerce or extra military soon, because else he's not using the Hanging Gardens to the fullest.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Cazador and Buzz, nice to see you guys in the chat. Kaio is still there with his army of spies. And funny thing is that Loki hasn't upgraded his scout yet.
Yeah, there's only one scalper and not many units, so
Oh yeah, and this looks like GG for I don't know, man. I'm just predicting. Kaik
Yeah.
is probably not going to handle that very well. He doesn't have the tactics upgrade yet. He's still got tons of knowledge that he's not using, so he just messes Loki to come here, but Kaio is making sure that that does not happen. That's a great move by Kaio. Great
there's not
mover.
enough production buildings either for him to spam much units. His
Yeah.
eco is not really up to par either.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he lost
Hanging
a lot of eco in there that night right now. Even all this time, if you remember, he was just as good as Oso. While being Americans, he's expected to be doing better than the Aztec player.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I do feel though that Aztecs, even at this point, this is where Aztecs start to shine in the Gunpowder Age.
Oh yeah, man. This is, and I still can't believe that Kai did not expect it, because he should have tons of army at this point. You also see that he could have aged much earlier, but he decided to age later. I think he aged even after Oso. So with Hanging Gardens, you're expected to have the age advantage, and especially with Americans, when Americans get that free monarchy the moment they age up, it could have turned the game around. But yeah, he is late, and he is just not prepared enough to fight the Aztec. With Kaio also here, now it seems like it's going to be very difficult. Loki could spam elephants. Well, we never know. Elephants can do wonders. But that's the last hope for the AL team.
Yeah, some raids coming over from Kaio as well in Loki's territory. He's going to be harassing that caravan route.
Oh yeah, man. Kaio's been making sure that he keeps Loki in check. Although I'm not sure if Kaio is the only reason why Loki's economy is bad. He may also not be spending as much focus on his eco as he should.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
it's pretty easy to get your eco to 200 with Indians.
yeah, I'm definitely getting the vibe that he's not the an economic type of player. Although, because obviously, if he forgot the caravans, although that was obviously a mistake. But the rest of his economy is not looking too great.
Yeah. And this, I see Loki has these slingers that are just waiting there. They could finish that archer here. Loki should be paying more attention. And this is something that I want to point out here again, man. Loki lost 2 of his elephants that time. He out of everybody else should know the importance of scouts, and yet he just has a single scout which is almost dead.
Yeah, it looks like he's built another one, but he really needs to get that upgrade. So his scouts will be more effective, because at the moment they've only got enough craft to snipe one spy.
Oh yeah, and anyway, what happened? Why does also not have army? I don't understand. Where did the army go? He had a huge army just a moment ago.
It looks like he might have sent it back to recover, possibly, because a load of units just came out.
Oh yeah,
of
oh
his
that's right. Yeah, what's the point of that?
I don't know.
He could control this. He could easily control the city that was on a tipping point.
I feel maybe he's just, he knows that this city is going to be taken no matter what, so he's taking some chances.
Oh yeah, but he is booming in the background, so
Yeah,
it's
he's a very nice economy for Aztecs. So, maybe going senator wasn't a bad idea because it seems to be his strength to boom no matter what the civilization is.
Yeah, man, and he is doing great because a lot of people even with senator, they don't necessarily take advantage of all that commerce gap that they have.
Yeah.
Well, that double is surely not something Kai can fight right now. Another thing, Kai has got hanging gardens. I would expect him to have all the efficiency upgrades done. Granary upgrade still remaining. He did finish the woodcutter upgrade, but you'd expect them to be all be done. He has got 2,000 knowledge. That's enough knowledge to age if he had the other resources.
I'm not too sure about this engagement either because he has a pretty small army. He's just gone headlong into.
Oh yeah, and this is a big mistake with any civilization, but against Aztecs, this is bigger than you can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, he did take out that monarch, but still, there's no point. I mean, he must have given his opponent more plunder than that 100 wealth he got.
Yeah, and that monarch's just going to come back in no time, so unless he was planning to do some sort of attack, there's not really much point in getting rid of the monarch there. Some nice raids coming from Osto as well.
Kaio is raiding really well, and also, oh my god, that's amazing. That's the kind of raid that completely destabilizes your opponent, both economically and mentally.
Yeah.
When you see those knights running around in a territory, you feel like, yeah, that's it. I'm going to resign now.
Yeah, it does hurt a lot when you, especially when there's no units nearby. You have to make units to go and kill the knights. It's quite a stressful thing to.
Yeah, the best thing to take care of knights is you either send multiple light cavalries or you bribe them.
Yeah.
Because you could send heavy infantry, but they are not fast enough to catch up with these knights.
And I feel like Kaik at this point should really conserve his army because he's just, at the moment, he's just, I feel like he's wasting his units a little bit.
Oh yeah. And against Aztecs, it's better to kill your dead units, like almost dead units, than to take them to fight.
Yeah, I'll just sort of make him heal back up again.
Or that, yeah, one of those. And with Americans, the game's never over because you could still make a lot of army, and that army is going to serve as your eco. He already got enough knowledge to survive. But looks like Loki is not doing well either. Yeah, there goes Loki City.
I'm not sure if you can see this, but Purple has a merchant going through Green's lands.
Oh man, come on, that's this merchant deserves a bravery award. He's going for, and why is he going to Sulfur through that road? He could take any other road that would be safer.
And he doesn't have sugar, but it doesn't matter at this point.
Oh man, and I calls the GG. But yeah, this was I'd say clean victory for Lad. Both the players won their sides.
Yeah, I have to definitely commend Lad for the raids, especially, and also, just keeping the AL guys under pressure constantly. But like I said, with all the raids, I feel they didn't let them boom. I mean, also especially knowing that he's up against Americans, he was booming himself, but also kept up the pressure, making sure he didn't take advantage of the hanging gardens.
Oh yeah, man. I feel also Kaio both did a really good job. Also with his economy management, I am surprised. Being
Yeah.
like I myself, I'm not able to take care of my eco that well as Oso did. Like 270 food in gunpowder rage. That's amazing.
Even ahead of Kyle, who was Brits, and I feel like with Brits he has the potential to boom even higher.
Yeah, man. This he I think he went for 370 commerce cap in H5 once in one of these games. This guy is a beast when it comes to economy. And Kaio did well. Both of these guys rated very well, and I would say that's one of the reasons why AL lost, because I don't even remember if AL guys rated that hard.
Can't honestly remember, to be honest.
Yeah, they sent a few units, but they never the raiding party from AL never did too much damage compared to the lads, which completely shook the foundation of AL's bases.
Because I only saw Kike raid in that metal mine.
Oh yeah, that one.
Also, yeah. And maybe it was a few other raids, but they obviously didn't do enough damage to really cost the lag guys anything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And also, do you see this elephant in the tower near diamonds? It's been there the whole game.
Oh yeah, what was that? He just forgot about it.
Yeah, unless it was just playing there as a to defend it, possibly. Who knows?
But I mean, that elephant, it does not have a range, so it wouldn't be very good for defending. It can hardly catch anything.
Yeah.
But really, it's nice play by Lat Team 4. Are you ready to jump into game number?
Yeah, should we just do? Are you left, or do you want to look at the stats real quick?
Oh yeah. Let's. Oh yeah, we're back. Yeah, Serman.
So also has a very strong economy, as sure we can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
He has everything highest apart from, I believe that's, I think that might be wealth possibly.
Wait, what's that? What's that word?
Rick user.
If I'm right, that's wealth.
Yeah. Kyle had the most wealth. Guess who had the least wealth?
Oh man, I seriously feel bad for Loki that he did not remember to make caravans. Because
having said that though, he was only about 1,000 below Kike in terms of wealth, despite having screwed up so badly. So, it is surprising.
Yeah.
Ruins wise, Kyle had the most ruins at 500. Everyone else was sort of even around 300 to 400.
Oh yeah, and yeah, it's, again, Kaio. I told you initially that Kaio is not using the checkpoint scouting, and despite that, he made such a good income from that ruin. So I feel if he starts using that checkpoint scouting, he can become really good at his starting game.
Anyway, I've just left the game there, so I'm ready to jump into the second one when you are.
All right, I'm here, and you ready?
Yeah, one sec. Let me just load up the replay.
Hey, Loki. GG, man. Nice play. I wonder if you guys can reverse that last game in this one, because this is the last game for AL. If they lose, they will be out of the tournament.
And did you see on the loading screen what types of random they picked?
No, I did not see. Did you?
So I believe one of them on the AL side picked defensive and the other economic. So perhaps this game they'll, maybe work on their boom a little bit more. Try and play it a bit safer, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's start. So on one side we got Romans and Koreans.
Seen silver there. That's already a very big.
Oh yeah, that's already right. Getting silver, and because silver, you can start utilizing silver right from age 1. That's the best part, because every other rare, maybe people can use first initially, but You cannot start using silk or dye or pappy until you get to age 2 because you get your first set of researches before you even build a market.
Yeah, definitely. And do you see the corner to the left on a Kaio, and Kaio's end of the map?
Whoa. Yep, diamonds again, man. Kaio is doing that hack.
Yeah, some horses. He's got horses as well.
That's three
Really,
nice.
really
That's
strong
three nice
players.
rares, and wherever Kaio places his city, I feel he's definitely going to get that horses in. On the other side, also, being Koreans, he he has the weaker nation out of those two, and but he's against Kaik with he's against Kaik again, and with China. So China and Koreans, not much of a difference. It should be balanced. On the other side, Romans versus Persians. What do you think about this matchup?
Let's see. Romans versus. I think I'd go with Persians possibly. Although I think the thing with Romans is they have a pretty strong sort of medieval gunpowder age.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously they get the really OP heavy infantry.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a despot, or even just a general raid with those units. I feel like he could do a lot of damage to Loki.
Oh yeah.
Those and I think also the perfect counter for those elephants as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait,
So-
for the heavy infantry?
Yeah.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
so actually there was this recent article that MHL Lobby posted, and he did some combination, I would say, research kind of thing to see how much damage each unit type does against elephants, and what his analysis shows that the most damage is done by infantry against elephants. Heavy
Oh.
infantry. So heavy infantry is supposed to be, while the elephant definition, the info says that it's strong against heavy infantry, but heavy infantry is actually the best unit against elephants.
yeah, that's it's pretty unusual.
That is. I have been making archers against elephants always, but it's the heavy infantry that I should be making.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, but I feel like elephants are just, they're
Still
strong against
cavalry.
everything.
They're still cavalry, so the heavy infantry
Yeah.
get that bonus.
Yeah.
All right, so here, hey Inca, what can you not translate? He just said that he cannot translate. We're not sure what he's talking about. Anyway, first age for Kaio being
Have you
Romans,
seen
and that's
a
Mhm.
very questionable economy they're having aged up?
Yeah, that is a very questionable economy. He didn't even need to hurry up. Like, what's the point of aging up so early? One of the reasons you
Yeah.
would want to age up early is if you want to raid your opponent, but I don't see that coming either. He just gave that free, or not, the cheaper age for the opponents now.
Yeah. I'm not too sure what he's planning here.
Yeah, he just started that second
Especially-
woodcutter camp. He not even used the silver.
Yeah, it's silver. Yeah, so
It's like he's trying hard to handicap himself.
maybe it's his turn to handicap himself against.
Yeah, maybe
against
these guys
Rocket.
had a weird draw before they started this game. Like, game 1, I get handicapped. Game 2, you get handicapped.
Yeah. It's not out of the question.
And on this side, also is seems like he could be in trouble because Kaik went for second civic, and with China, it's not a bad idea to go second civ because of the big cities. These big cities are hard to take
Ooh.
down.
He also has gems, so maybe if he puts a tower on that, gets a temple, this could be very bad for Oso. Especially with his
Ooh.
woodline. His woodline could be depleted slightly.
You're right, and he is well, Kaik is going for the gems, so man, this is going to be horrible for Oso. Luckily, he's Koreans, and Koreans get that free religion upgrade that will help him do some border push. So maybe
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to completely lose this woodcutter camp. but it will definitely force him to go Civic 2 as soon as possible.
And I feel like, you know, as you said, he does get religion. Although, actually, no. I was going to say, because it wasn't doing that much of an effect, but it looks like you don't get the religion upgrade until you do the Civic 2 research.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So he is getting a temple, but still he is forced to get that temple. I don't think that he wants to get a temple right now. If he had an option, he would wait for that, but thanks to all this border push from Kike, now he has to get it, and he's spending 110 wood. He could be spending that on a lot of different things.
And I think maybe Kike will be getting a tower on this gems. He does have a village nearby, so it's, you know, he could possibly be planning that. And it wouldn't be a bad idea either, because I feel like this border push is definitely the best weapon he's got at the minute in China. He's definitely taking advantage of the big cities that China get.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I hope he is planning for something like that. Still, he doesn't have the metal, so I don't know. There's no way for me to confirm. But at such a stage, I feel also should go for despotism, or because right now the only thing that he can do is raid Pike very hard, or if not, then he should go all in on a boom that's should be better than Kike. It's going to be difficult to outboom Kike at this point since Kike already has such a great start.
And there's also not much wood nearby for Oso. I mean, the only wood I can see that's good is near the back, but you don't really want to be building towards the back.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I feel the only option he is left right now is to raid Kike very hard and try to get that city of Xiangzhou as soon as possible.
Yeah, he does have militia already, so you know we could see an early rush possibly. But you know, obviously we've established Oso as the very the boom player, so it'd be interesting to see what he does in this scenario. Whether or not he's just going to stick to his boom strategies, or whether he's going to adapt perhaps and try something different, maybe. Because obviously his opponent, if I was Kike, I'd be expecting Oso to boom. But if he tries something different, maybe he'll take Kike by surprise, maybe.
Oh yeah, and oh man, I feel Oso should have killed that sugar merchant. What was the point? Now this horse archer is going to die anyway. He did not do any damage at all.
Whereas this sugar merchant?
The sugar merchant, it had to be protected, but now sugar merchant is back on sugar.
Oh right, yeah. Quite a few raids coming over from Cairo as well, by the looks of things. A few horse archers.
And let me see. So yeah, here is Kaio. He's got Senator. That's one horse archer. Another horse archer, but this time Loki is prepared. This time it looks like both Loki and Kike are playing a complete different game than we saw last one.
And we are seeing, we're seeing a very early castle here from Loki on his third sea. So, I'm not sure. Maybe he's trying to counter the fact that Romans get a cheaper castle. He's probably going to expect in.
A medieval age attack. That's possible. That's very much possible.
Yeah. But he's not got any villages on it, so at the moment he's basically just use of poison metal on a building. He's not building, so I'm not too sure what he's.
But his eco isn't. I would expect him to get that, get at least 150 eco by now. It's 8 minutes, 8:40. And being Persians get that extra. I mean, free taxation is always good, so it makes you more want to get all the ruins, all the rare resources in your territory.
Yeah.
And also has been his raids have not been unique. I'd say he's been raiding very predictably. Kike should not have any trouble defending these.
Yeah, there is obviously Cotton, which is pretty exposed, but he seems to be pretty intent on just raiding the areas near the caravan routes,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't a bad thing. But I think at this point, Kaik has quite a few units in the area, so maybe he should be aiming for lesser protected areas.
Mm-hmm. And actually, look at that, man. Oso is catching up. He's catching up really well. He's ahead of Kaik in food and wood. I did not expect that.
Ooh, and it looks like this senator could possibly go down here.
I hope not, because that would be the stupidest death for
Just by a
Senate.
light horse, yeah.
Oh man, come on, no, 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 no. Nah, he almost
Ooh.
died, but
Yeah, that would have been bad.
yeah, that would be like Oso's turn for giving the handicap 300 wealth. Take it. Can you
Yeah.
beat me now? And I like what Kaio is doing. He did the same thing in the last game. His units are always running in Loki's territory. He's got 3 units in 3 different places running around. It takes talent to do that, and a
Yeah.
really great sense of attention. Not to forget
Takes
your units
quite a
running
bit of
around.
quite a bit of attention and micro needed to obviously take care of all these units and obviously work on your economy back home. So he's playing it very well, I'd say.
Oh yeah, and he has got a better eco than Loki for sure. I like that Loki is ready with his light cavalry, but I still think that he should get a tower or some sort of protection, like even a lookout between his third and second city, because that caravan route is so exposed.
Are we talking about Oso here?
I mean
Kaio?
Loki second and third city. Also, same for Oso as well.
And
That
also Kaio as well, I'd say. I mean, I feel like everyone apart from Kaik has exposed caravan routes.
and same for Kaik. So I think except no, maybe Kaik doesn't have as much exposed. Well, he does have an exposed route.
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah, but I would give more exposure points for Ozo, Kaio, and Loki.
Yeah. And I'm kind of questioning this castle from Kyle because it's sort of built in front of the city there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very easy target for Loki just to seize down.
Yeah, the funny thing is that Loki doesn't even know about it.
Yeah. Oh, I think he will probably scout it pretty soon though.
He will, but ooh. What's your thought about going for the medieval age attack using Senator?
I think it can work, but I feel like Loki doesn't have a very good economy right now.
And look at those raids, man! Come on, amazing raids by Kaio.
Yeah, there's
Amazing,
obviously
he's everywhere. He is everywhere. And why isn't Loki trying to snipe Kaio's senator? Why is the senator even alive? Oh, he did. And funny thing, Kaio does not have a third military yet. You would expect the Roman player to get that already.
Yeah, he's missing out on the armor upgrade.
And why isn't the city big? Look at the resources in his territory, in his inventory. It feels like this is another handicap he's doing.
Anything would work, I'd say. Just a lookout or a farm or a tower or whatever on that third city.
Oh man, look at all those caravans that are dying at the hands of that single horse archer.
Especially since his Persians are just going to keep on being created, so it's just an infinite wealth for Kaio if he can hold it for quite a long period of time. And he does actually have a lot of wealth in his inventory there. He's actually stacking over. He was stacking over 500 there.
Whoa, yeah, Kaio, whatever you're doing, man, in case you win this game and you're going next in Super 16, this will not work against PLA1. You have to be very careful. Stacking up so many resources is never good.
But look at the wealth difference between Kaio and Loki here. Obviously, Loki's having his caravans harassed all day long.
And
Yeah.
How did it take so long for Loki to realize that his woodcutter is the woodcutter camp is dead? There's one cutter woodcutter. There's two woodcutter camps that are dead. How did it
And
take him so long?
it's not my imagination, but he doesn't even have a tower as well. So there's no, there's no tower for Loki either, which would be
So no militia for him.
no attrition either for the raids. So
Now I feel this attack from Kaik could be dangerous for Oso. And the weird thing is that Kaik knows that there is a castle being made at behind the city of Suwon. Why isn't he running into that city, or just change route, go for Sangju? That seems to be an easier target.
yeah, and there's obviously more economic buildings there. He's got wood camps, he's got more farms. So I feel like if he wants to do more damage, that would be the better city to go to, because there's nothing really of value on this third city.
And those two catapults, the rate at which they're killing that city, it's going to take ages, man. And easily going to out repair him.
Yeah, as Koreans, he really needs at least 3 cannons, I'd say, which are upgraded. Because at the moment he's just using the catapults, which, so it's going to take a very long time to get rid of the HP on that city there.
Oh yeah, and here comes Oso's army in H4. It's funny that Oso, who seemed to have a big disadvantage in the beginning of the game, turned it around completely. He is aging ahead of Kaik. He's got comparable eco to Kaik. So that was a good comeback from him.
Yeah, definitely.
And why doesn't Kaik have the tactics upgrade? These small mistakes are going to cost him the game. Same thing for Loki. Loki does not have the extra military. So you predicted that that the castle is coming up so that he could get the tactics and be on the same foot as the Roman player, but it doesn't seem like the case.
Yeah, and I feel like he's very much neglecting his economy right now. He's lucky because that wood camp only has 2 villages there, and the one near his capital, or above the one near Kerman, there's no villages but that one. So I don't want to predict. I don't want to speak too quickly, but I feel like for Loki, it's going to be very difficult for him to come back into this game.
Yep, he is trailing by 1,500 points.
Yeah,
to his immediate opponent. Not going to be easy. I feel if Kaio here just goes with a strong enough army, that he can finish the game in H4.
I feel where Loki messed up was he put all his attention to that medieval attack, but it didn't really amount to much. He didn't take down the castle, I don't think.
Nope, he didn't do any significant damage to Kaio that would punish him. Like, Kaio just had to repair his city. That's all he had to do, and make some units.
I feel he has elephants, so I feel like he could have done some raids near Rome, near London.
That's right. Yeah, there's so much empty. There's so much open area, and I don't see a single tower from Kaio. You see, that's how confident he is that Loki won't raid him.
Yeah, Diamonds is just really exposed. So is that Woodcutter's camp. There's obviously there's no tower from Loki either.
And not a single tower from Loki, that's right.
So I'm not sure if they're just having a no towers challenge on that side. I'm not too sure what's going on there.
But yeah, all of this, like, whichever team makes it to the Super 16, it's going to be tough for them to survive there. They'll definitely have to change their game style.
We need to work on these mistakes, I'd say.
Another mistake by Kaik, going in front of Koreans with a single siege. It will never work.
Yeah. Especially since Oso has a pretty good army at this point, so he doesn't really need to rely on the fact that he is Koreans.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and I don't understand how Kite lost all that army because he had a huge army when Oso just had 3 or 4 units. And one of the
yeah,
reasons was the tactics upgrade being delayed. He has got it now, but when Oso aged, he had the upgraded units and he had the extra armor, while Kite had none of those two.
I feel like he could do with a monarchy upgrade as well. He has quite a few bosses there, just for that extra, for the extra attack and
Yeah,
armor and all that.
or go for the president. He has the resources for that, perfect resources.
Yeah,
But
he could just
only.
anything really, because he's at the moment he's just stuck on the senator. So I think anything at this point would be a benefit.
I actually want to try something with the president. Maybe next game I play, I'll try that. Because president cannot be that bad. I know nobody picks it up, but still.
I feel it's obviously very useful when you've been booming all game and you want to get units out fast because you don't have an army maybe. But honestly, I did actually I think in the Discord some people mentioned stuff like it helps with score production and other things like that in the cities.
Oh
So
yeah, it makes your units are produced faster.
yeah, it has quite a few undocumented effects. Does the president? So maybe that's why less people go for it.
You think there are undocumented effects?
Or maybe just not really picked up on. Who knows? Because I feel.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to know. So it says that it makes them units are produced faster, but I want to know exactly how faster are these units produced.
Yeah.
Because the Monarch is giving you a 25% faster production of cavalry. So if the president is giving better than that, then maybe it's worth going for, even though you don't get cheap. But if you can produce faster and then you also get faster infantry, maybe it can balance out the lack of extra attack damage.
Yeah, I feel like if you're near the industrial age, or maybe you've boomed all the way into enlightenment, you just need to survive one more age. Because in industrial, you can obviously just go to socialism. Once your economy is just very good.
Oh yeah.
Got a decent sized army.
And interesting thing is that all these advantages they stay for the rest of the game. So if you went for president initially, that means that 20% cheaper everything, every non-library research that you get, it stays for the rest of the game. So everything is 20% cheaper from the rest of the game, and that in the late age things are expensive, so that 20% makes for a lot of savings.
Yeah, so I feel like if you know the game's gonna go into the industrial age and you're quite close by, you still got the senator maybe, or even the despot. Getting that democracy upgrade might not be a bad idea.
Oh man, look at Kaio's army. He took on both the guys by himself, and that army is not getting it and going anywhere.
I don't think Loki had many units there. He's being raided heavily by Kyle in the back of his base. He's still not covered in the slightest.
That's a sub 100 eco.
Yeah. Obviously, Purple lost his army. He's going to be struggling against Oso.
Oh yeah, this is going to be tough to come back from. I would say Kaio definitely is the MVP of this game. The way he raided Loki, there was no way Loki could come back from that. In fact, I feel even if it wasn't Loki, if it was any of the top players in standard, I would say even they would be busted by those raids.
Yeah, I mean, I think Loki could have done better kind of rebuilding maybe, but it would have been harder regardless. I'd say he would have needed to, no matter who was in that position, they would have needed to do a lot of things very quickly to get back from that. But obviously, Loki didn't make it any easier by sort of neglecting his economy, not trying to rebuild. I feel he was just. I don't want to say I've given up at that point, but
that's right. And I also feel that Loki did not have enough countermeasures for raids. He knew that he's getting raided, but he never
No
thought about
towers or
countering
even.
those with anything. No units there, no towers there. So that was a big problem here. I like that he's trying to get a castle there, still trying to survive, but it's too late now.
Yeah,
Maybe Kike should have tried to finish also instead of coming there to help.
I mean, despite having lost all his units, he is actually doing quite well against Oso, I'd say.
Oh yeah, right. He's still giving him a tough fight. Probably will take the city back. Not sure, but yeah, good.
Possibly.
And that spy spam was a great idea. He's already, uh,
Mm.
he's got,
Castle's good there.
he's got another spy there that could take some unit.
I think once like castle, yeah, it's going to be very difficult. I think at this point. I mean, he's taking the city back, but no castle. Well, actually, oh, he does have a castle near Beijing, actually. So, you know, things aren't over quite yet.
Wait, he's got another. Oh yeah, he's got another castle, Beijing.
Yeah.
That's nice. Now what he does not have is a scout, and there are 5 scouts for Oso. I mean 5 spies for Oso, which he did not use. I'm surprised he did not use those 5 spies.
I've just seen this random villager just chilling in Red's territory from Green. Not sure.
Oh yeah, what's that? What's that? It's staring into the emptiness. My nation is dying. I should take refuge in Roman Empire.
He's trying to. I think he's trying to join the Roman Empire here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it will provide him with some.
The friendship with Persians ended.
Yeah.
Romans are my new best friend. And I feel one of the reasons why Kaio could get so many cavalry in his army, he's got horses and he's got monarchy. It should have been a red flag for Loki. He should have at least tried to raid that horse a little bit, and that diamonds, of course. But sad to see that none of those could happen. Kaio is still raiding him, and by the way, Loki doesn't even know about diamonds.
Yeah, I was just thinking that he's obviously he didn't scout the carnival, which is obviously a big red flag in of itself. I like how Kai was using decoys because he knows that Loki doesn't have a lookout. He does have some explorers, I mean some scouts, but they're not upgraded.
And these unupgraded scouts, they have very limited line of sight.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be easy for Kai to pull off the bigger army illusion. I mean, he has a lot of units already.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of not a lot of those.
I think a lot of decoys.
Yeah, but it's still, even if it's just 2, like instead of 3 sieges, it shows up at 5 sieges. That does bring down the confidence of your opponent.
Yeah. I've just realized the whole game that Blue had a very exposed caravan route going to Red, which could have been taken advantage of, I'd say, from Kike.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe a tower or a fortress or even a city, because he could have gotten rid of that caravan route. That would have been bad for Oso. It would have depleted his wealth income. Same.
Oh yeah, like he just pressure that area near Dai, and he could continuously kill all the caravans.
Yeah.
So there comes a GG from Loki. He's resigned. Kike also says GG. Well, that means.
I'd say it was a pretty one-sided game. As well as the last game. I don't think that there was much back and forth action from both sides. I feel like it was mainly a one-sided victory. Yeah,
this was again a clean victory for the Lat 4 guys. In the beginning, I felt like Kike would kill Oso, and I think he might have still killed Oso if he did not have to go there to help, because even with that army, he managed to survive with Oso.
I feel he prioritized the wrong city. He was attacking Suwon instead of Sangju. He didn't have enough siege, and also he kind of let Oso build that fortress, which didn't help matters.
Oh yeah, that's right. So because the only reason to attack Suwon would have been because it was if it was exposed, but it turned out Sangju was both exposed and easier to attack, and it was just a weird choice to go for Suwon there.
It's not even a tower or lookout or anything, Sandru, the whole game, so I think that would have been the better target. So it would have cut off the trade route as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh
So-
yeah, and that would have split up if Kai could take that city, that would split up also. And it's always bad to get your middle city taken.
Yeah.
And good game, Loki. I feel Kaio played really well, and Kaio did amazing at raids.
He has obviously he has the most runes again this game. A lot of runes there from Kaio. 650.
Oh yeah, Kaio has cracked the art of counting. That's for sure. So, Serman, if you want, so this team is going for the Super 16. If you want to provide two things that they should keep doing in Super 16 and two things that they should stop doing if they want to survive, what would you do? What do you suggest them?
I'd say the raids were very much a strong point from Kaio and also Oso to some extent. I feel Kaio raided better than Oso. I feel Oso's raids were more, definitely more superficial. He only raided the, to some extent the caravans and a few villages. But I think if he had raided the merchants, that might be that might be something to go for. Because of that, gems was exposed. Same with cotton. He could even have got some raiding units gone to Loki as well. But maybe having said that, Loki was being raided a lot by Kaio already, so maybe it wouldn't have made much difference. But I think in a future scenario, just keep up the raids. I feel I think Kaio didn't play as, I don't know. He made a few mistakes this game. He didn't have any towers. He did actually boom better this game despite having Romans, whereas last game he was Brits. So maybe work on his booming a little bit more, possibly.
Learn something from Oso. Probably practice with Oso and see how he's getting his eco up that fast. Yeah,
because Kaio had a lot of ruins actually. So, I just remembered he did that weird sort of classical age thing at the beginning.
See,
he didn't even hit the 100 cap on his resources, which was very questionable. I'm not too sure what he was planning for then. I think if he had built a stable and sent out some early raiding units, that would have been, okay. I would imagine. It would have been quite understandable, but I don't know. He kind of, handicapped himself, as we said earlier.
I feel so these players, well, if they work on these points that you mentioned, they can give a tough challenge to PLA1. Remember guys that PLA1 is a top class team. If I was to play against PLA1 tomorrow, I wouldn't be sure that I could win that. I would just be practicing right now to make sure, and I will be watching Mouse's game because that's a super strong team.
Yeah, even in TNC, because I've never even heard of TNC, to be honest. I didn't really think, because when I think of the good players of Standard, TNC just never came to my mind. But now I'm actually thinking that, he's actually up there, I'd say, even with Mouse to some extent, because he has his own game style. He plays Standard pretty well, despite someone who I've never seen play Standard before, or that much.
Oh yeah, he's really good, man. I would say Mouse is still slightly better than him, but in no way TNT is going to be a pushover. Because I played, it was me and Cypher versus Mouse and TNT, and me and Cypher lost because Cypher took him too easily. He thought that TNT is not going to be much of a challenge. He came to help me, and there's TNT taking this. So if Lat4 is to play with that, I would say Lat4 needs to practice. Watch their tournament games, try to get their replays from anybody, or just play some casual games with them before you actually go for the Super 16 game. It'll definitely be useful. And remember, if you beat them, you're going to earn a big name for yourself, because that's easily one of the top teams in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
So thanks, Serman, for casting with me today. Is there anything in the end that you want to talk about before we wrap up this cast?
Regarding the games, no. I think we've said everything that really could have been said.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, to the AL guys, bad luck. I feel we did play. We played quite decently, I'd say. I've never really seen these guys play standard that much.
Mm-hmm.
Even though obviously at the beginning of the matches, I said that I would have expected these guys to have the upper hand because I have seen them play standard more. I've never really seen Oso or Kyle play.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely, the LAT guys definitely kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I didn't really expect that level of gameplay from these guys, especially since we're still in the qualifier. So that I'm really that really kind of surprised me, I'd say. But yeah, I'd say I would like to see the AL guys come back in if there's a next tournament, next standard tournament. So I think we did play well, to get this up to this point, even at the end of the qualifiers. So there's definitely things that they can work on. So hopefully, in the meantime, they continue to play standard. It would be nice to see more, people playing standard games, improving.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I feel maybe after this tournament, it has prompted more players to play standard. I hope that happened at least.
Hopefully. Yeah, because I'm actually, I'm very surprised at the amount of people that have taken this tournament, quite seriously. I'd say we've seen a lot of practice going on, which is great to see. Definitely, because a lot of people have taken an interest in this tournament who have never really played standard much before, which is great to see. So yeah, just want to say my thoughts on that.
All right. So here are the 2 cents from Serman. I hope Lat4 team also listened to his advice for them, because they will need that. We are almost set into Super 16. Some of the games are already scheduled. Some of them are still left, but it's all right. I would say maybe if we can have most of the Super 16, the top, this stage, this is the 16 stage around next weekend, that would be fine. We are not in a hurry. I like that all the teams in the group stages coordinated the games very well, and we were able to finish them in the time when we expected them to finish. So finally, before wrapping up, here we have Group 3 is done. Lat 4 and Lat 3 both make it to the Super 16. It's interesting that there are 3 Lat teams making it to Super 16 this tournament out of the 5 teams that registered. The only group stage that's left is AZ1 versus AZ2, and hopefully that'll be done as well. In Super 16 now we have Lat 3 here, Lat 4 here playing against PLA1. Guys, schedule your game as soon as possible so that we can cast them and people can enjoy. I can also enjoy. Serman and Prolace will be casting these games. If anybody else who would like to join us for a guest casting session, let me know. We'll see if we can you can join us for any session. And that'll be it for me. Thanks, Serman, for joining us, and we'll be casting more games in future. See you guys.
See you guys.